Andy here with VSiN, getting you set for Saturday's NHL action, a big Game 4 between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Dallas Stars. But first, let's talk a little bit about Game 3 between the New York Islanders and the Tampa Bay Lightning. That happened last night on Friday. We got a really wild one. The Lightning were down 3-1 heading into the third period. They battled back, though, and tied the game 3-3, only to end up right back where they started, down 2 goals. And it was a 5-3 Islanders victory. They got the job done as plus 115 underdogs, let's say. But if you read my article earlier in the day on VSiN.com, it was included in the VSiN newsletter, you would have received a pretty good breakdown on how Game 3 between the Islanders and the Lightning should have been priced. Minus 127 is where I thought the game should be. I had the Lightning winning about 56% of the time. So earlier in the day, the Islanders were available at plus 135, plus 140. It was just a matter of being comfortable enough to bet that price if you believed Braden Point would not be in the lineup. Obviously, Cooper left that right up until warm-ups. We didn't know for sure whether or not Point was going to be in the lineup. So a tough sell for some people maybe. Like myself, I didn't get as much on the Islanders as I would have liked to. I took a little bit, but overall, I was looking for that news to be confirmed before I jumped in and really bit hard on the Islanders at that price. With that being said, great win. Puts them in a better position than they were in before. I estimated that the Lightning had about a 92% chance of winning the series. Now that it's 2-1, they've got about a 77-78% chance of winning the series. I think the fair line should be about minus 350, I believe. So that's something to keep an eye on to maybe find value on one side or the other. But the big question mark here is, we know Killorn will be back. It was only a one-game suspension, but will Braden Point be back? He's obviously a big part of this Tampa Bay team, and whether or not Point is in the lineup will dictate which side I'm on. Maybe it'll be a pass for me, but I'll tell you right now, if Point had taken the ice for warm-ups in game number 3 and surprised everyone, I would have ran to back the Lightning at minus 130 if that would have been the case. But it wasn't, and at that point, all the value had been sucked out of the New York Islanders, in my opinion. They've played 2 really good games in a row. They probably deserved a victory in game number 2, more so than they did in game number 3. But with that being said, 2 good games from the Islanders in a row. A little deceiving, though, as Tampa really, was out without Point and Killorn for almost the entirety of both of those games. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what the lineups look like in Game 4. We'll see what the game lines look like heading into Game 4, and we'll talk about it on Sunday. And now that we have the East Final out of the way, let's talk a little bit about the West Final, Dallas and Vegas. It's 2 tough physical teams that are really going at it. These games have trend towards staying under the total, and that's what I expect in these future games here. However, at minus 130, minus 140, I can't lay that price. I'm neutral here, and that's where I'll stand heading into Game 4. I know some people will be saying, "Wow, this, all 3 games have hit the under rather comfortably." But for me, when I don't see value on either side, really it's like flipping a coin, and that's all I would be doing if I were to bet the under or the over in this series. Or in any of these games, priced as they are right now. As far as the game line goes, the money line, I've said it once and I'll say it again, and I'm pretty confident saying it for the rest of this series at this point even. The Vegas Golden Knights are likely not going to be the sharp side in any game in this series. They haven't played good enough to warrant these types of price tags, and the Dallas Stars, they're the sharp side, specifically at plus 150 or better. I really like the Dallas Stars. We might see that, especially in the Las Vegas area where, hey, everybody loves their Golden Knights. And don't get me wrong, this is a great Golden Knights team, and they're a lot of fun to watch. But they just really haven't been getting it done. A 52% share of the expected goals at 5-on-5, about a 51% shot share at 5-on-5. It's just not good enough. Not when you're carrying price tags, in the minus 160 range, and that's what we have here. They're close to minus 170 at some shops, and that's just too inflated for me. The Dallas Stars plus 150 or better, right where we were heading into Game 3. We're back here in Game 4. None of that zigzag nonsense. Look, you make a price, you stick with it, and you ride it out throughout the series. Unless there is an injury or some kind of drastic change to the makeup of a team, and there isn't. There's nothing like that going on in this Dallas-Vegas series that we have to worry about right now. So good luck, gamble responsibly, and enjoy everything that VSiN has in store for you this weekend. Don't forget to check out those great football betting guides. I mean, we've got the NFL right around the corner, so enjoy hockey, enjoy football, enjoy it all. This is a great weekend for sports.